This is the memory that I purchased, all right? And I actually purchased a while back. I purchased it at a fractional price. I purchased it around $300, and the prices today are ridiculous expensive. With the $300, I actually sell this and buy myself a new GPU, but I'm not going to do that because the prices, we don't know where they're going to drop again. At the moment, they're really high, but if you end up buying the memory that you purchase and you're not sure if it's running properly, I'm gonna show you a way. So right now, if you guys can see, the frequency on this one is DDR5 6400. All right, so that's the speed that we're supposed to be running. When to find out your current speeds that you are running in, you need to go to the task manager. You can hit Control Alt Delete, or you could right click here on the right hand corner, right click on it, and then bring it up from there. All right, so now once you have that up, this is what you're going to see. And right now at the moment, you see performance and all that stuff, but we want to go into memory. And under memory, when you click on it, you're going to see the frequency. It used to say right here in the corner what type of memory you had, DDR4 or 5, but they got that away now. They completely removed that. Now, the frequency is going to be down here, if you guys see it, 5200. So I'm not even running at the speeds I'm supposed to. So we're going to correct this today, but we're not going to put the 64 because it's a little bit more unstable. We just leave it at 6000, right? So that's why I want to change at least this frequency, because right now 5200, it's okay. But the higher you go, the hotter it gets, the system, and the more, not only that, the more voltage that you're going to, watts that you're going to actually use from your actual power supply. So remember, you have to balance it out. So I'm going to leave it at 6000. If I ever want to overclock it, I know I could go to that 400. Now, I'm going to show you another piece of advice that I personally suggest to get. Now, there is an application called CPU Z. All right, you could search it up. But once you install it, or maybe you unzip it and run it, make sure you run it at either a 64-bit if your system is 64-bit. If you have 32-bit, which a lot of people don't have 32-bit now these days, run it either. They give you either or. So I did end up running it, and this is another source of information you could get, if you guys can see. So CPU, it gives you all the information you have. Yes, I have a beefy machine here. So at the moment, memory, when I go into memory, here's a DDR5. It tells you I have 96 gigabytes. Each one's 32-bit. Frequency right now, it says that it's currently running at 2600. Of course, I don't have any actions happening or anything like that, so you're going to see it running at this speed. But we're going to change it because I didn't pay for this. I actually paid for a little bit more boost to make sure it's running at the proper way. So let's go into BIOS. You're going to have to restart your machine. And depending on how you go into BIOS, and depending, this is an MSI BIOS that we're going to go into. My way of entering here, it would be the delete button, just hitting that delete button. But if your system is different, your BIOS is different, you have to locate your actual motherboard settings on this part, right? So let's go ahead and do that and take you into the actual system. All right, so here we are. We have an MSI motherboard, all right? We got MSI Arsenal Gaming, all right? All right, on my motherboard here, I'm going to go to overclocking. That's where we're going to find the application, right? Overclocking, you go down to the bottom where it says DRAM speed. Right now it's set to auto, all right? But there's another section here where it says auto speed memory restore and all that stuff. It's all disabled right now in all of its frequency. Right now, adjustment DRAM speed up to 64, but it's auto right now. We could go in here and we're going to set up to 6000, right? So you could go even higher on some of these, but we're going to set up at 6000, all right, instead of auto. And that's pretty much what you do. Now, if you have problems, you can always come back and change it. If we put auto, it goes back to 6400. So just in case you don't have that, the limitation, you could come in here and change it, all right? So speed, you could change it to auto, or if you're not hitting your frequency that you need to, like for example, this is 64 gigs, and right now adjustment DRAM speed 64, but this system's not running at 64, maximum is 52, so you do have to change this if you want to overclock it. So we're going to change it back to 6000 at least, just to be safe, all right? And we're going to test it out so you guys can see it. So once you do that, make sure you save it, exit. Do you want to save the changes? Yes. So let's start the system, and then we're going to see the actual new settings. So we just made the changes on the actual system. So they have to reflect your computer. So let's go ahead and task manager. We're going to go to task manager. Once you open your task manager, you want to make sure you go performance on here. Now, look at this, 6,000, right? So performance wise, if your computer can handle the stabilization, unstabilization, because you are overclocking. We're not really overclocking, but the settings are made to balance out your system, not to overheat, not to overpower some of the actual components, because it does produce a little bit more heat the higher frequency you go. Of course, right now we're hitting the 6,000, and if we get to the CPU Z, let's open it up. And we're going to open the CPU Z, see what it identifies the frequency we're currently running. Is it going to be stable at 2,000, or is it going to be running a little higher? So right now, remember, it was 2,000 the last frequency we had. So all the transactions I'm doing are supposed to be a little quicker. If you don't find it that it's not running to your specs, you can always go to auto if you're if it's unstable or something happens. Just keep an eye on it, all right? And of course, because I'm a video editor and I like to produce videos, I really want to make sure that I have that extra memory for all my functions that I have to run. Especially if you're doing Adobe Photoshop, this is a great upgrade for that thing. So right now, if you guys can see, balancing right now, memory is only using 3,000 instead of just the balance 2,000. Now, just to let you guys know, this is I wouldn't recommend you do this if you're not 100% sure about your motherboard and your specs, because you go, burn it out, and right now memory is like very expensive. So if you want to keep your computer the same way it is, you can always set up to auto. But if you're going to be using it for more larger transactions between applications and other stuff, then I recommend you using it during this time, and you can always go back and change it. So very simple, easy to set up, easy to change things around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 99.6 of you are not subscribers in my channel. I hope that the content helps you out and that you find it very useful. And I hope you hit the like and subscribe.